The Marshall JMD1 is definitely not one of the pinnacles of Marshall's design history. This amp has a digital preamp with a tube output stage, so it's kind of a bit of an odd one on that, so not the worst thing in the world, I suppose. Gives you a couple of different tonal options now from the preamp. Inbuilt effects, all that kind of stuff, but this particular one ain't happy because we've got absolutely no effects loop happening. So if we run this here, we get a little bit of power, a bit of volume, a bit of that. All right. Takes a moment to warm up. Come on. Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Tube's doing their thing. There we go. Now if we hit the external effects button there, so switch the effects loop on, nothing. Back on. So this one's going to be a bit of a problematic one to troubleshoot because it's digital. Like the whole thing is digital. We'll take a look at the service documentation and I'll show you what I mean, because it's not like it's going to be relatively easy, like a mechanical connection or something like that, or there's like a physical interrupter or a break where the signal flow goes to go off to the loop. Check it out, I'll show you. So I didn't have to really dive too far to see what might potentially be a bit of a problem with this amp. When you open them up and you can immediately smell that wonderful burnt electronic smell, you know that something has gone really, really bad. And it would appear in this one, we've got R84 and R88 that have gone completely thermonuclear. Probes on, let's see what we got in terms of voltages in this area. All right. So we should have 15 volts on pin 8, of course. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yep. Then pin 4, we should be getting negative. Yep. So that's within tolerance there. Do we have anything on the input side? Okay, so pin 1, see if there's anything going on there. Nope, nothing there, which is nice. C54, which is that one there. And we want the positive side, which is apparently the one that is the positive side, which is connecting to that RE4. Alright, so we got nothing there, which is good. Probably expected though, given the fact that there's something burnt on that side. R88, right, so R88, if we've got ourselves the input there, D16, so pin 5, let's just make sure that should be tied to ground. Where is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, and get out of the way, you. 5, yep, got nothing on that, which is good. Right, so let's just see what happens then if we replace those components and see if it comes back. Might just be a case customers plugged the wrong thing in somewhere and something's gone kaboom. So if that's a possibility, we want to get that sorted. All right, time to heat up the tools. So now that I've got those resistors out, and thankfully I was able to do it without having to actually take the board out, all of that effort in order to just make, you know, a 2-component change can be a real headache. If you know what you're doing, you know, on a half-decent sort of through-plated amp like this, it's not so bad. The problem is when you try doing it on an amp that can't handle it. You know, something's got really thin, really terrible plating. There's no, you know, there's no like through-hole, no through-hole plating in the holes, nothing like that. So you end up heating it up, pushing it through, and just tearing out the tracing on the underside. All right, cleared off all of that charring just to make sure there's nothing that's going to cause any sort of headaches as we go forward. A little bit of the old, you know, isopropyl still there. We'll just wait a moment for that to evaporate and do its thing. In the meantime, I've got myself two shiny new resistors. So we got ourselves a 220 ohm half watt, and we've also got a 1K half watt as spec'd in the schematic. There we go. Documentation makes things just so much easier. When someone brings in a device that doesn't have available documentation, yeah, we can fix it, but you're going to be spending a lot more on it. We have to sort of guess where things might be, trace it out, figure out where everything all goes. Whereas when I've got something like this, I can look at that. I can look at those two burnt components and go, okay, there's the designators there, so all right, awesome. So that was a 220. If I didn't have this schematic, no chance that would have happened. I would have had to have been searching around to see if someone else had another one of these amps, and I could get them to take a photo of it so I could read the color codes on the resistors that haven't been burnt on theirs. All right, that's all nice and dry, nice and clear, ready to go. So number 84, R84, we want the 220, which is this one here. And what we want to do as well is just make sure that the fit of these is sort of ideal. The spacing's correct on that. And then we can just cut them to the right sort of length. Awesome. Because we don't need a huge amount of space, for the legs. They've only got to go just through the hole, that's it. Awesome. So I've got the right length there, trim off the excess, and then I'm going to solder it in, power it up, and see whether maybe that was the cause of our faults. Alright, injecting signal into there, so we should be seeing something on pin number 3 of that op amp. Just confirm that the loop is actually turned on. Dunk. There we go. Alright, so the loop is on. We should be seeing something on pin number 3 of that. 1, 2, 3. Hey. Look at that, nice, good stuff. As we increase the volume on that. Yep. Cool. So pin 3 there, we're good. And then we head out of pin 1, thusly. Awesome. You can actually see the digital waveform on there. Let's go to send thusly and confirm that we got it on the tip there. Cool. Alright, so it looks as though we might have actually solved the problem. And I don't know, it could just be a case of the customer has plugged the wrong device into the loop, or something weird's happened. But it seems to now be back, which is excellent. Let's give it a quick bit of a test. Just confirm. Come on, that can go there, that can go there. Awesome, so that's now one happy amp that, I'll let that burn in for a little while, and then get in contact with the customer, let them know they can come grab it and send it on its merry way. Of course, we've now got space in our repair queue here, and we're located in Enmore nowadays, so 131 Enmore Road, Enmore. If you've got stuff that's busted and you need it to get fixed, well, bring it on down. We've also got a bunch of cool used equipment, some new stuff as well. And we're here late on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So come down, pay us a visit, check out our equipment, bring your busted stuff, and we'll bring it back to life. So until the next time I get around to making a video, we'll catch ya.